Happy and honored to welcome our Achievers Online University Master Teacher, Dr. Carlos Gonzalez, today here with me.
Thank you.
Carlos, I'm very excited and pleased and honored to have you here with us to talk about the course that we created together and simply to help the students and the many people who are interested in our course to get to know you better. And the first question, of course, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, it's how much time do we have? A short version or a long version? Let's do a short version because people really are more interested in how we can help them. So let's do a quick short version.
Exactly.
I grew up in Texas, El Paso, predominantly in a Hispanic family, Hispanic community. I middle class family. I grew up with dreams like so many people of wanting to be a surgeon. And I wanted to be a heart surgeon and brain surgeon. And after a series of life events and being in the military and having worked in a hospital, I decided that I did not want to be in the healthcare professions because I learned that medicine was all about prescribing drugs and surgery. And after having worked at Wilford Hall Medical Center, which is one of the largest hospitals for the United States Air Force, I saw firsthand what medicine was about, and I became very discouraged. And I said, I don't want to have anything to do with medicine. I got out of medicine, came back to El Paso, started going to the university. As life has it, threw another curve at me, hurt my back very, very severely. Did not go see any doctors because I told my mother when she kept insisting that I go see a doctor, and I told her, Mom, all they're going to do is give me pills. I said, my body will heal. Well, 2 months later, I'm still having pain. If I turned my body a certain way, it would be like somebody took a knife and stabbed me in the back, very sharp pain. And as life has it, I was taking a class, a Dale Carnegie class, and a chiropractor happened to be a volunteer instructor there, saw me, said, let me help you. Long story short, he helped me. And it was during one of the sessions with him that I said, this is what I want to be.
Amazing.
And that's how I got to chiropractic.
I can so relate to that. When I started to be a male nurse, that's where I began. Then when I was, after my second year, I would have been able to set up the therapy myself because it was all the same. Antibiotics here, then you need to prescribe that drug XYZ with a stomach ulcer. Then you have to do that, and that became so schematic, and that became so all the same each time. And after a few weeks, the patient came back because he suffered from the effects the prescription drugs caused. So I can so relate to that, what you said. And that's why we met first 2 years ago to tell it to the audience, because we already had common dreams to help people, assisting and evoking the self-healing abilities, and to help people getting rid of that chemical substances and everything related to holistic healthcare. So you already said how and why you did become interested in chiropractic. So I guess when I see the smile on your face and when I see how satisfying that is for yourself, I guess everyday life as a chiropractor must be very satisfying.
Yes, for the most part, it's just like any profession, David. Some bankers love their profession. Some bankers hate it. Some chiropractors got in it for the right reason. Some chiropractors got in it for the wrong reason. Their heart was not in it. They saw that their dad made a lot of money or their uncle made a lot of money. So they said, hey, that's what I want to do, but that's not what they really loved. So they're miserable and they don't love it. They're not people persons. They'd rather do something else where it doesn't involve talking to people and working with people one-on-one.
Right.
I love it. I will die doing chiropractic. And, I love teaching people about it because I just talked to a lady who is in New York. She's been suffering with back pain for years. She had a work injury. She's been to many doctors, including some chiropractors,
Wow.
but nobody seems to have been able to help her. And so I asked her, she says, I've tried everything under the sun. And I said, well, have you tried inversion
Well, you
therapy?
haven't seen my son yet.
She says, no. So I started explaining to her about inversion therapy. I sent her some information. Long story short, she's going to be looking into getting an inversion machine so that she can hang upside down in her apartment and decompress her spine and start getting some relief.
Amazing.
Months ago, I had another lady from Facebook. She, same thing, had low back injury, a herniated disc. She started asking me some questions. I started coaching her online and through Facebook. Long story short, she's in South Africa. I'm in Texas, but we were able to communicate through Facebook and online, and I coached her on what to do. She found a chiropractor in South Africa. She told me, I can't believe how much better I feel. I can't thank you enough. I'm glad I listened to you, because the doctors were recommending surgery for her. And as you know, and I know, surgery is not necessarily the answer.
Right.
Surgery has a lot of risks, and it might not have been the cure to her problem. It might have helped her a little bit. It might have helped her a lot. It's a 50-50 chance. 50%. Actually, the reality is 30% of the time you'll get better. 30% you'll get worse. 30% there's no difference.
Exactly.
So the odds are good, and so I'm very grateful that I was able to help some other person, but help her as far away as South Africa.
And that's the amazing resource of the internet, you know? And
Absolutely.
When someone asks me, no matter where he or she comes from, do you know an expert about spine? Do you know an expert related to chiropractic? Then I say, you are very happy because today's your happy day. I know the top expert, and then I recommend you. And recommending you is something I do with an honest heart, because I experienced myself that everything you offer has very, very huge foundation, is from a deeply holistic view, and most of all, comes from someone who lives his profession and lives it from the heart with total dedication. And that's why I'm completely happy to have you at Achievers Online University as a master teacher, which builds a bridge to the course. When we met, we talked about your book, The 7 Healthy Habits, a long time ago, where I was excited in an instant. So let's tell the audience a little bit about the course, which will be the 7 Healthy Habits, how to be your own best doctor, where we both teamed up. And Carlos, why did you write that course? Many people are why people and always want to know, well, why did you do that? So please enlighten us a little bit. Why did you write it?
Well, David, for 25 years I've been helping people one-on-one, and I come to realize that there's got to be a better way. When I wrote the book about the 7 healthy habits, and when I wrote the other book, 105 natural pain relief techniques, and when I wrote the other book, Hanging Out for the Health of It, which is really about inversion therapy, but turned out to be a book about health and wellness, which I'm actually in the process of rewriting. My goal was people need to learn about this. People need to hear about it, read about it, and I need to educate them. I need to help people. So I thought, what better way than to write a book, get it out there, and let's, help as many people as possible. Because as much as I've been helping people here in El Paso and through my clinics and now through my home clinic, I can only do so much.
Right.
But if we can take these teachings and these lessons, to the internet, to the World Wide Web, then we can touch many more people's lives. And so that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And most of all, people can learn at their own convenience. There's no time pressure. And the wonderful thing is, everybody who enrolls in the course has multimedia experience. There will be assignments, there will be discussion forums, there will be live chats with us. Everybody who just has the feeling, well, I want that course. I want to experience what Caros has to teach. I want to experience what those guys that are talking to each other now have to offer for me. They can do that without pressure. Just from their home, they can eat their fruits, they can eat their healthy food by learning and studying, they can drink their water. Whatever people want to improve, they can do it right now.
Right. And let me add this, David, as an addition to why I wrote this course. People need help. There's a lot of misinformation. There's, let me give you an example. A good friend of mine was diagnosed with diabetes. He's on insulin. He's taking blood pressure medication. He told me he's taking agave syrup instead of sugar because he read it on the American Diabetic Association website as being good for diabetics. Mm-hmm. And I shook my head and I said, Henry, there's a lot of information on that website that's not really very, very good information. This is why a lot of people continue to be diabetics and can't cure themselves of diabetes, can't reverse it and get it under control without the medication. And so many people end up, I met a guy several months ago who told me, I did everything the doctor told me. I took all the medicine the doctor gave me. And now here I am having had to get dialysis because all that medicine ruined my kidneys.
Yeah.
And so, there's so many things out there that people can do to help themselves. And it's really not that hard. They just need to study a little bit and research a little bit. Acupuncture, chiropractic, the use of magnets, inversion therapy, massage, NLP, hypnosis.
Yes.
And I mean,
exactly.
I could go on and on and on. And so it is up to us to get it out to the world.
Yes, right.
Teach, help.
I completely second that from my own experience here, because when I opened my first practice, people just said, well, I've been there and done that and had it all. And I don't really think that you can come up with something new and that you can help me, because I literally have experienced every prescription drug out there. And then I said, well, I need to disappoint you. That's not what you're going to get here working with me. Let's talk about self-healing power. Let's talk about biological treatments. Let's talk about the holistic view. Oh, then the mouth opened and people became excited and turned into a face like a question mark, where they said, well, I never heard about that. I just swallowed my pills every day.
Right.
And so that's one of our motivations and one of the main purpose, to get people back into responsibility for their health, to get people back into their power that they have, by simply letting them harvest insight that they might have never heard before.
Right. Or they might have heard about it but didn't experience it. Or they might have heard about it, experienced it, but did not experience it the right way. Maybe, for example, people that have gone to other chiropractors, they go to these chiropractors that really don't do a really good job. And so they don't get the results that they could get if they went to a really good chiropractor that did everything that's out there that can help people, like inversion therapy. I've kept so many people from surgery, it's not even funny, through the use of inversion and through the use of chiropractic. And, we can go into the different techniques that chiropractors use because some are more effective than others.
Yes.
So just because someone went to a chiropractor doesn't mean anything. Did they go to a good chiropractor? Did they go to a chiropractor that did this, did this, did this?
Exactly.
So we got a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. So, how Nike says, just do it. And that's
Yes.
what we're about to start. So, everybody, you will read the description in the video description when we upload the video, where to find the course, how to enroll in the course. We are going to publish an ebook, Healthy Habit Number 1. Then you can have a sneak peek and feel yourself salivating for more. Because Carlos and I are completely excited about helping you. We are aligned in putting all our skills and knowledge together. And we already are seeing how you will improve your life from the moment you get in touch with our work.
Absolutely.
Carlos, we told what can people expect from the course. I had many questions and many students contact me and say, well, we heard so many self-help programs and we have so many books that collect dust in our shelves. What we always longed and craved for was the direct coach guidance and the direct contact to the creators of the course. So that will be one of the most exciting standalone key features of our university, that we have a weekly chat with the students and people who enroll, and that they can contact us directly with the forums, ask the questions, and really know they are living experts and humans behind the course.
Well, what can people expect from this course? Number one, I've been doing my work as a chiropractor for 25 years. I've been studying nutrition for probably 40 years. Exercise for about the same amount of time. I've been very interested in fitness and nutrition since I was in my teens, 12, 13, 14 years old. I started working out, lifting weights and playing sports and got interested in nutrition. So I've read a ton of material. I've read a ton of material from different doctors and experts and specialists. And here's what I have found over the years. One doctor, one expert, one specialist presents his point of view. Another doctor, another expert, another specialist presents his point of view. And this is where I started seeing these patterns that all these experts have their opinions and have their basis on what they write about and their experiences, and it's very one-sided. And so over the last 25 years as a chiropractor, I've been able to integrate many of these different doctors' opinions and experts' advice and give a approach. For example, eat, drink, and healthier.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you an example. A lot of people have their opinion of what's healthy eating, but is it really the right opinion? Is it the right information? For example, recently I posted on Facebook this very thing. Somebody says, well, I only eat wheat bread. Well, that sounds healthy, but is it really? Wheat bread is better than white bread, but wheat bread is still white bread with caramel coloring,
right,
unless it's 100% whole wheat bread. But then you take somebody else who might have gluten sensitivity. So is that person doing their body good by eating whole wheat bread?
And that unfortunately occurs more and more often. That
right, or even 100% whole wheat bread? No. So what some people may think is healthy, well, it might be healthy for that person, but it might not be healthy for somebody else.
Exactly.
So it's different, and so you have to look at the individual person, and you have to look at all the different options. And so I present my material with that perspective that, there's not one cookie cutter formula for everybody. Everybody's different, and we have to figure out, what is going to work for you, because everybody's different. So that's one of the things they can expect from the course. I don't present a one-sided viewpoint. I present different areas and different viewpoints and different things that they can look at and experience and try out. and experiment with. Another thing they can expect from the course is, I've put a lot of work into this, a lot of time and effort, and so I've condensed a lot of information into a small information to where they don't have to read a ton of material to get this information.
Yes.
So I've condensed it for them. Third thing I've done is there are videos, there's pictures, there's action steps for them to take, because all the information does no good if you do not take any action.
Definitely. And the wonderful thing is that people can also expect a lot of assignments, a lot of exercises, that we just help them in any way we can, that we guide them, that we accompany them, and that everybody knows direct teacher contact plus guidance and a lot of material that's too much to mention here.
Right.
Carlos, I talked to a student recently and he said, well, I'm very excited that you told me already about the interview and that you told me about the course. When you're talking to Dr. Carlos, please ask him one important question that I would ask him myself. And that question is, Carlos, in your opinion, what are the biggest challenges people face today on health, getting and staying healthy? Can you please share your opinion on that question?
Absolutely, and that's an excellent question. And David, I think we've touched about it, or I've touched on it a little bit. There's a lot of information out there, and it's one-sided, and people, have their own ideas about what's healthy and what they should take. There's a lot of stuff available on the internet that doesn't mean that it's good stuff. They sell people weight loss products it's just crazy how many weight loss products are sold through the television, through radio, and through the internet. And most of it is junk. But they advertise it so professionally, they market it so beautifully, the videos and this and the models and everything, that people are just like mesmerized and hypnotic, and they buy it, and then they wonder why they don't lose the weight. The biggest challenges people face is, who can you trust?
Right.
Who can you believe?
Exactly.
Who can you believe? There's so much information out there. It's like people get to the point to where it's information overload, and then they freeze and they don't want to do anything anymore because they don't know what to do. They don't know who to believe. Exactly. Well, I'm here to tell you that, everything that I teach, I've done myself. I don't teach anything that I haven't tried or experimented with myself. And so my biggest challenge is to get people to try something new, something different, to trust in me, to believe in me, to know that my heart is in it to help them get healthy and stay healthy.
Absolutely amazing. And I will pass that your insight on to the person asking, but the video will be up soon that people can be inspired. And everybody out there, you can find Dr. Carlos at Facebook, Dr. Carlos Gonzalez. Carlos has his inspirational website. Carlos, where can the people find you, and where can they read you at Facebook to have your additional Facebook health tips?
Well, my website is very simply my name, www.Dr. Carlos, C-A-R-L-O-S, M. Gonzalez, Gonzalez.com. And that's actually my Facebook name as well, Dr. Carlos M. Gonzalez.
Wonderful. Then it makes it...
see many people on Facebook.
It makes it very easy to find you, and people also can join Achievers Online University Alliance. That's our teacher group where people will find information about our courses. So they are all set, and everybody watching today, we thank you very much. We spread our love and appreciation and gratitude to you, because we are ready to assist you, we are ready to teach you as a team, and we are all steaming to see you improving your life.
I am very honored to be a part of this group, David. Thank you so much for having invited me.
Carlos, the pleasure is all mine, and I thank you for the interview, and have an amazing day, and we're getting started soon.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, and thank you for being with
Bye.
us.
Bye for now.